On June 25, 2009, over 5,000 Americans gathered in Upper Senate Park demanding a public option in health care reform. There were union workers, nurses, doctors, and regular Americans, all demanding a public option in our health care reform. A majority of Americans want a public option, and we wanted to make sure it was loud and clear that Congress listened to the American people and not the lobbyists. One by one, we gathered in small groups and filed to our senators' and representatives' offices, asking for a public option in health care reform. I followed one group who went to their representative's office, Representative Donna Edwards, Democrat from Maryland, who's a strong supporter of the public option. Here is their journey.
Yeah. We work for Dean.
Donna's taking us to work, right? I want to say, Graham's on the other side.
Which building are you looking for?
We're going to get into this cannon.
Oh, this Cannon building. You're just wondering about which entrance?
Yeah.
You can usually get into any.
No, it's down here.
Some of the public
Down
entrances.
here?
There's one on this side down here. Yeah. There she is.
Representative Edwards greeted her constituents kindly and warmly and took them out to lunch later. She's a strong supporter of the public option, but your representative may not be, so contact them now and urge them to support a public option. I then followed a group from Democracy for America who visited the offices of Senator Jim Webb and Senator Mark Warner to deliver 40,000 signatures from Virginians in the Stand with Dr. Dean campaign, urging for a public option in our health care reform.
There. We're going that way.
We first visited the offices of Senator Jim Webb from Virginia, who still hasn't taken a position on the public option, although his staff was very helpful and courteous. Please, if you're from Virginia, contact Senator Webb and ask him to support a public option.
The insurance companies discount their payments so that even with the best insurance, you can end up with massive balance bills. We really need a public option. I know that Senator Warner is supporting it. I'm surprised that Senator Webb has not yet agreed to support health care owner.
My story is that while I was working on the blood campaign, I stopped at a red light and hit a driver, and my insurance company refused to pay my medical bills, which in the
Because
state
it was
of
an auto
Virginia.
insurance.
Yeah,
Auto problem, not a head problem.
a
They play
50
those games all the time.
I had a $50,000 Medicaid policy with State Farm, and they just refused to pay. And in the state of Virginia, that's perfectly legal. It's considered good business policy for them to do that. And, you know, everything is stacked against you. And if it wasn't for my getting disability and getting Medicare, I would have no hope of having a quality of life whatsoever. So Medicare has saved me because my insurance company refused to pay. So it's very, very, very important to have that public option.
Senator Webb's aides were very courteous, very professional, and even gave us Senate gallery passes.
We're going to have some passes here. Anybody want to go see the Senate gallery? We never get up there.
I've never been there. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
Awesome.
Well, that's, I don't want to lift up.
Next, we went to Senator Mark Warner's office, also from Virginia. An aide for Senator Warner met with us, listened to our concerns, and accepted our petition of signatures from Virginia voters.
Actually, copies of signatures of Virginians who have signed a petition in support of the public option. There are about 100 per page, and there are a lot of them. And so I just brought you some copies, along with a letter that says that if he really wants to see the entire list, there are, at this point, not 350,000, but 400,000 supporters. There have been 70,000 people signed on in the last 24 hours.
And that's
to
what
the
I
public option. And we are grateful that Senator Warner is supporting it. We want him to stay really strong for a really robust public option.
I want to do what I can to make sure that other people don't have to go through what I went through.
Kathy's a nurse, and she sees the problems that it causes every day. She's a psychiatric nurse.
That's unbelievable. I worked for a managed care company several years ago, and I would be rewarded if I would deny care.
So all in all, the experience was wonderful. We saw how accessible our government was. The staff was courteous and listened to our concerns and accepted our petitions. And it just goes to show it's still a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Please contact your senators and representatives and ask for a public option in healthcare reform.